What is up? Welcome in, everybody. We hope you're having a good day, or as good a day as you can be having while the world goes to shit. But all things considered, we have each other. We have the group together again for another Monday, and the cameras lined up fucking perfectly. Life is good. Thank you guys for the hype train, just starting us off with some thank yous. Chris, I saw you resub early this morning while I was setting up OBS. Scared the shit out of me. Thank you. Appreciate you. Kieran, thank you for the... Vin? Yes, what? I had that up. That was like yesterday, right? Yeah, no, I had it up. Kieran, thank you. I appreciate you. 27 months. Aves, 27 months. Citrus, 27 months. That's 3 Twitch babies in one stream.
That's a lot of babies.
That's a lot of babies. That shit
all
hurt.
The children.
God really damn. Dilated rustosi.
Oh god, don't ever say those words to me again. That's crazy. That all lined up.
What?
Right at the same time. I appreciate y'all so much. Thanks for the hype train and contributing to the stream. We love you from the very bottom of our hearts. Yeah. Fucking thank you. Trifecta. Oh god, triplets. That is my nightmare. I have actual nightmares about that. Like, fuck that shit. Anyway, so, as you can see, we have a very special guest today joining us from his hospital bed.
From the hospital.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Unironically.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Live on the scene.
Hospital Hell's Corp.
Sorry.
We appreciate you being here. Why don't you take a second and tell the people a little bit about yourself? What it is you do.
My kidneys don't work, so I don't piss.
No piss.
That's what I do.
Is this dude?
No, that's what you don't do. What do you
Don't worry. I got you. How about that?
I forgot.
I love pissing. I love pissing.
The I love pissing merch. Oh my god. You miss what you never had.
It's legendary.
Amazing. We love Hell's Corp here. If you guys were not around last campaign, you're very lucky to absorb Hell's Corp into the group to join us for a big, probably like the last half of the campaign, if my math is correct. Sounds about right. And
roughly.
And then just a little dropout and a big surprise visit in the finale. If y'all haven't checked that out on YouTube, our last campaign was kind of a banger, just gonna say. Quite literally, lots of shit exploded. So go show some love. You can see Hell's Corp's link in chat. Go drop a follow over there. Next up, we got Ryan. What do you got going on at the little purple house on the hill, buddy?
Oh, stop it, yeah. It's got a rainbow week coming there. Babies, I got the hiccups. I got a whole week there before Pride Month's over, so I got to get all the gay I can in before it's over. Starting tomorrow, we're doing Red Day. I'm going to play a game with the red in it, and I'm going to have red on my face. It's going to be great. Sports, maybe. Red team, I'm not sure. It's going to be really fucked up, but I'm excited. Different color every day.
I love it.
I'm
very excited. Red. That's true. You could just do a game with a lot of blood in it. I did say I was joining you for one of those days. I think it was Saturday. Was it Saturday?
Find that day.
Okay, I think it's Saturday because that's the next day I have off work. That's really all I got for you.
Saturday.
Then Sunday I'm golfing with my mom for her birthday, so it should be fun. Happy birthday, nice. Mama Rusty. Next up, we got JTB. What do you got going on, buddy? How are things? How you holding up down there?
As someone in Michigan, it is way too warm for my liking. Mm-hmm. You guys can't see it because of the way the cam is cropped, but my AC is back in my window. Right behind me. So I'm going to bounce between very cold and very warm a lot. Otherwise, I did some more recording for vocal stuff. I listened to it again today after having a day of not hearing it. Nope, not happy.
With it. We'll get there.
Not happy. So, yeah, just keep an eye on the music channels. I'll eventually get a take that I am content with in my perfectionist attitude.
That sounds good. We love a perfectionist attitude. I can't wait to hear it. And last but not least, Chris, you got anything you want to share with the people?
Not much. Just hanging out with one of my fans. That's it.
It's me. I'm a fan.
He's the fan. Yeah.
No, sorry. This guy won the raffle.
Fuck.
Wait,
Yeah.
I should probably get a fan set up in
His
here.
name
It's
is
My
gonna
fan
get
farts.
hot. It does. Fair enough. Blasphemy.
I do be farting.
There you go. Yes, write a strong letter. Hell's Corp
Thank
has a
you.
special place for the letters. It's called the dumpster, but you can try. You're always free to try. So, with all of that happy introductions being said, I think it is time we get back into our campaign. When last we left off, the party, having put their affairs in order, made sure their employees were paid, and then eventually made their way back to Fort Mistmere, where they commandeered, not the right word, procured a boat through Dusty's connections now within the company, and rowed their way across Rook's Bay, eventually finding their way back to a familiar river that they had previously made their way up sometime before Vikarl was strucken down with illness. A fairly uneventful journey until the following morning, when they found, to their shock, a rather portly and lost-looking gentleman, shall we say, trapped, kind of half trapped in a bundle of fishing nets on the side of the river, with no real explanation as to how he got there. The party, after realizing there was no real way to avoid this individual as they had to pass him on the river, decided to offer aid and pulled Greg Johnson out of these nets. Greg Johnson, why don't you take a second to describe what the party and what the chat might be looking at? Thank you for the follow.
Okay,
Game Master.
you see. You see a portly older gentleman, at least 50s, early 50s. He's wearing a polo-esque sailor shirt and a pair of short pants with quite a few pockets in them. I'm talking all up and down, And these pockets, they look like they're filled with simultaneously absolutely nothing and absolutely everything all at once. He has a beard, salt and pepper, black hair, and brown eyes. Plenty of wrinkles. Like I said, he's a bit on the portlier side. And currently, he has both feet wrapped up in a net. And he is trying in vain to untangle them. He has gotten his fingers somehow now tangled even farther in the nets as he was untangling himself from the feet.
If I remember correctly, Dusty, you made your way over to offer aid with your claws and begin slicing at the net that you now discover has a number of fish hooks kind of embedded in all the different ropes, hoping to snare anything that might swim past. What's up, Canna? Welcome in.
Welcome.
You see this kind of semi-elderly, midlife crisis having looking gentleman just kind of on the river's edge.
Oh goodness. I'll take out my dagger and start cutting the net away as well.
Can you help me reach my Leatherman's tool?
You're what?
Well, I suppose I can.
My-
Where's it at?
Back pocket.
Let me free your hand, I suppose. He's gonna start cutting away
yeah.
towards the hand.
There's no check needed for that. You're pretty dexterous with your claws, and with Xechas helping with the knife, you managed to make pretty quick work of it and free Greg Johnson's hands.
Awesome. So now Greg Johnson's going to reach in his back pocket. Finally, now I can get my Leatherman. He just pulls out a bunch of sand. There's just sand. There's nothing in there. It's just sand.
I'm
Oh.
supposing there's supposed to be a tool there.
Well, this is sand.
It's not very sharp now, is it?
That is sand.
I don't know how to use this. This is sand.
It's all right. And I'm just gonna keep cutting with the dagger.
Yeah,
I
awkwardly.
think. I think if
Thank
you
you, Ken.
toss it at the rope's eyes, it might help.
You're so right. Can I roll to accidentally hit Vicarl with the sand?
Yes, you can. Roll me a buffoonery check.
I'm just looking at Xechas and Dusty, and then as soon as I come back, just
Oh, the first one was a nat 1.
The first one was a nat 1.
So
I didn't
as
mean to
you
roll
go-
twice.
What?
As you go to throw it and kind of get it a little more towards Xechas, the wind that has been picking up and blowing across these plains in these winter storms kicks it all right back into your eyes as you're standing there.
God, it didn't work. It attacked back.
Buffoonery?
We make custom skills in
never-
this chat.
He's got his own custom skill.
It's fucking amazing.
There's a
pocket
buffoonery
sand.
check.
Ha-sha-sha-sha.
Yeah, you literally pocket sand your own eyeball.
back.
I don't have a spell for this.
I think I just about
I'm-
got you free.
Just cutting him out, Carl. Just cutting him out.
Okay.
He's out of
Mind
the
the
map
fish
at this
hooks.
point, just stumbling around trying to get the sand out of his eyes.
We can't leave this one. This is me saying that. Whenever I say that, that's we can't leave this one. He'll die.
Well, I suppose we could have him travel with us. At least to
I
the
think that
lumber
would-
mill.
I can't hear you over the sand.
Oh,
Must
right. Sorry, I did kind of assume that you were kind of busy over there in pain. Water. How about I'm
He
gonna
comes
take him by
over
the
and he
shoulder.
puts his hand right on your face. I
Huh?
can't hear you over the sand.
There's still a lot on your hands. Okay. I'm gonna lead
Yeah,
you
it's
to the
also very
ocean,
wet.
to the river. You're still very wet. Yeah, you smell great, friend. Let's just bring you back over. Kneel down here. There you go.
He
Oh!
just full face plants into the water.
That'll do it.
I'm not gonna let go of your back. I'm like, okay. There he goes again. Okay.
You feel the sand
I
wash
can
from
see
your
again.
eyes in the kind of fast-flowing river.
You are, by and large, the most interesting person we've ever found in a ball of netting on the side of the river.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Absolutely. Please do. What was-
Well, I suppose that is true. That is a fact. Yeah, that's
Wow, you guys are too kind. Here,
No.
take $20. Go buy yourself something pretty. It's more sand.
I'll treasure it always.
Feel it slipping
Oh,
through
it's
your
kinda-
fingers as you're trying to put it away.
It's kind of wet in parts.
Well, that
Got a
used to be a
button?
sand dollar.
Oh. Okay, sure, yeah. I'm gonna put this in my pocket, and I just kind of like throw it behind me.
Roll me a sleight of hand check.
Whoa.
Can I roll a
What?
perception check?
Sure.
Come on, shit.
Oh my god.
Fuck!
You definitely see the sand just get thrown back into the river.
Oh, you drop this and I get more sand.
Sure. I'm just holding it now.
Thank you, Tsunami. Appreciate you, buddy.
here. You're awful clumsy. Let me
39 months
hold on
ago.
to that for you.
Thank you. Yes.
I'm gonna take the sand and I'm gonna toss it behind me.
Roll me a sleight of hand check.
I'm unfamiliar with the Sandslinger class.
This time it very much looks
Oh,
like
thank
Dusty, the large feline individual in front of you, puts the pocket or the sand into his pocket and doesn't throw it into
Yeah, I had
the
a
river.
feeling you'd like the sand.
What?
He knows.
What's that supposed to mean?
Good kitty.
What? All right, we ain't betting me now. That's not gonna be a thing.
I don't think I've ever seen anyone do that before. It was actually kind of nice.
Every person we have met has tried to pet me other than the drunk.
But it was in such a way that
I didn't do that. To be fair.
I think I did.
Fair. My bad.
He's more
Sorry,
of a
I'm still
person.
learning
Back
these.
up.
I'm still learning these cultural norms. These kids, I don't get it.
Sure, right. How did you get here, by the way? Was it kids? Is this like a kid's prank?
No, I was walking, and then there was a hole, and then I was here. There's a lot of water. Does that help?
Oh,
I want to go back home.
sure you do.
Where is that? Where's home for you?
Well, that's kind of the problem, isn't it? I don't know.
Oh,
All right. Well, how about we get you to the nearest civilization, and you can tell us if you recognize it.
that's a good idea.
Okay. Yeah, because I've just kind of been looking around for a while, and I just don't see it. There were a lot of holes there. I remember that.
Okay, holes.
He stares blankly at you.
Can I
Doesn't ring any bells, unfortunately.
Is that? Oh,
can I think of
oh.
anywhere nearby that might be?
Have a lot of holes.
Yeah, sure.
I'll say- yeah.
In my time being here.
Roll me a history check.
The only place I can think of is that place they send all the bad boys to
Give
dig
you some-
holes, but
give you
that
some
got
guidance
closed
on
a
that.
long time
No,
ago.
No,
Natural
not at
one.
all.
You can't think of
Actually-
any. You've never been somewhere with a bunch of holes. At least not to your knowledge.
There's a whorehouse in Trudgewater that one time, but
No, not there. Maybe. You said
Lot of
there's a whole
holes.
house?
Well, kinda. Guess it
Sort
depends
of.
what you're there for.
Right? Yeah.
I have to put a whorehouse in Trudgewater. Thanks, guys.
Called Hole House.
Called
there
Hole
wasn't
House.
one there to begin with?
No.
What's wrong with you?
I don't
The
really write
return of
that shit
Rusty's
into my
Busty
game.
Crustacean.
Not again.
Come on down to the
canon.
Hole House.
Everybody get in the whole house.
Everybody.
Oh no. What have you done? So,
All right,
as you
guys,
guys
pick a
just
hole.
kind of
Come on now.
stand on the side of the river, we're at this fork in the river here. Just observing the individual before you, he strikes you as someone who is very much very far away from home, with little to no clue how to get back or how he got here. And really no just
That
general
is-
survival skills at all, from what you can tell.
Well, you got pockets full of sand. What else do you need?
Can tap. It's
Well,
like the
no, I
highest
got
pitched sounding
pockets full of
skull you've ever heard.
stuff. Well, that's sand. That's more sand. Where did it all come from?
If you'd gone in the water with all that, you would have sunk right to the bottom. You're more
Roll
sand
me-
than man.
Roll me a oh god, what was I gonna say? Roll me an investigation check. Greg.
Aye.
A sand
I was going to ask
investigation.
if I recognize his clothing from anywhere that I've been before, like
Roll.
off continent.
18.
Roll me a history check. Okay, so as you're rummaging through the sand, Xechas, you're rummaging through the pockets in the sand, trying to sort out where any of your stuff might be. And you all notice he seems very bereft of gear of really any kind. But as you kind of go through your pockets, you pull out a thing of sand, and you all see a gold nugget about the size of a quarter, but like, you know, semi-spherical, kind of in his
Wow.
hands, kind of produced from the sand in his pocket. And you
Oh, this is a weird grain of sand.
you remember
Don't think that's sand.
Greg, you remember getting that piece of sand in the hole that you fell in before you fell down.
Oh, I found this sand in the hole. Well, that makes sense. I put it back in my pocket.
All right.
16.
Okay, 16. The shirt is a little off. The pants strike you as something that you might see someone who's working underground might wear. They're pretty sturdy. They're dusty. They're fairly worn. And there is like flakes of rocks left over on it that have kind of dug into the fabric a little more. Definitely looks like maybe someone would work in a mine. As the gold piece kind of is produced in front of them, you kind of connect, found this in the hole with likely mined it or found it in a mine somewhere.
Greg, have you,
Yeah.
perchance, do you recall working in underground or in a mine or anything like that?
No, I never worked there. Well, I got hired, but then I fell in a hole.
Oh, bad first day.
Yeah, it wasn't very. And then I got then I got wet, and I figured I found out myself here.
Do you remember where you were before you fell in the hole?
Yeah, I was in a mine.
I look at Dusty.
Well,
Interesting.
can I recall mines around here?
Just based on your knowledge of the area, you know that Goldmoor is like the largest concentration of gold mines on the entire continent. And it is just kind of directly south, maybe a little southwest of the lake or Laravos Lake where you guys are heading. Quite a ways, but you also know that there is a series of rivers that all run through the mountains underground and everything. You also know that Goldmoor is the location of a very large project that has been promoted through all of the company for a while, which is a tram going through the mountains connecting Goldmoor and Silver Lake. Other than that, there are like a handful spattering of gold mines in the area, but mostly concentrated around there.
All right. Well, there's some gold mines kind of scattered about in the area, but if it was any of the large scale operations, it'd be southwest of Lake Laravos towards Goldmoor.
Mm.
Does that ring any bells?
Well, I did want more gold.
Sure. Who doesn't?
He stares
Seems
blankly
like-
at you again.
Seems like the place to go. To get more gold. Gold more.
Feel him looking
You
through
know,
my
yes.
soul.
Spelled
All right,
M-O-O-R. Goldmoor. As in swamp surrounding a bunch of gold.
Swamp gold!
Literally.
Well, we can
Shrek
we
has
can
some
head to the
wisdom.
lumber mill, drop him off, go take care of what we need to take care of, and send you on your way if you want to head towards Goldmoor. Maybe that'll help you out, or if you want company to travel with, you'll have to let us deal with what we're dealing with, but we could probably accompany you out that way.
Well, I can head. I mean, if you. Which direction is Goldmoor?
Well, it'd be southwest of where we're headed.
I can make it there. He immediately heads northeast.
Oh my gods.
He just starts
literally,
triumphantly
the
watching
funny
the
thing
wall.
about that is he walks into the river. Just starts like
Oh!
literally walking into the water at that point.
No, you're filled with sand!
Oh,
Get back
here
here!
I come.
Wait, wait.
Oh, he's gonna drown!
Yeah. What's up? What's up?
That is not. That's not the right direction.
No, you said southeast.
Yeah, that's north.
We know a shortcut! Why don't you come with us?
He said southwest. You said north. Jesus Christ.
It'll be fine.
He's very confident, but very
You're-
raw.
Very confident, and it's, you know what, we need that. We need someone who's confident. We all lack that.
Absolutely. Now, One of the things I did when I was building my lumber business was he stares
And he's
blankly at you.
And it comes and goes, it looks like. We got to start piecing together the lore. I should start writing this down.
Well,
Zeus takes out his whisper jar tube and just whispers, he owns a lumber company?
Thank you.
It's bad.
Can tell us all about it.
Bundle of sticks. Well, this is part of it, and he pulls out 3 sticks.
Oh, there
I
it
knew
is.
it wasn't all
All
sand.
right.
Add quotations around the previous.
Here you go. So what?
Well,
My
we're
girl
headed-
actually starts laughing and walks away for a second.
We're headed to a lumber mill now. So if you want to just accompany
people.
us, we can
Hey,
we
how's it
can
going?
figure this out when we're in a little more safer of an area.
Absolutely.
Right.
And if you want, I will lead the way.
I got it under control, I think.
You sure? I don't mind.
I got us here, so I can probably
Okay.
He's very
all
good
right.
navigator.
Okay, I'll trust you.
Okay, back on the
I'd
boat we go.
appreciate it.
Back on the
Yeah.
boat.
We're all crammed into the boat.
It does fit 4 people at its maximum
Hmm.
capacity, and I think it was 0.2 tons of cargo, if memory serves. I don't have the stat block right in front of me, but seems right.
Greg Johnson.
Mhm.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say he's 5'10". I never said that.
Oh, yes. So he's stocky, average height.
Yeah. he's
Also, weirdly
This is my
buff at the
kettle,
same
short
time.
and stout.
Full dad bod action going on.
Still taller than.
Yep.
It's stepdad core. I love it so much.
All he's missing is the white New Balance trainers, like.
With grass stains on them.
He's got essentially what's like Birkenstock sandals on.
Fucking cork sandals. I love it.
Like, every time I look at the
Brazilian
picture, all I hear is, "You don't have to call me dad, but if you want to."
Okay, so you guys all load back onto the boat. Who is rowing this bitch versus who is steering it?
I'm
Steering is
Big
usual.
boy coming in.
I don't want to just assume, but yeah, no. Okay,
We got 2
Uh,
big boys now.
you do.
That's
One
true.
is
I
just
could be.
dumb as the sand in his pockets.
Greg, would you like to grab the other oar? We could try.
Absolutely. And he snaps the end off by accident. Not the
Don't
whole
worry,
thing,
I
but
can
just like the very end. He just grabs it a little too hard.
I can fix that if you'd like.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, please. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
I'll just hit it with a quick mending.
Mm-hmm.
Goes back to good as new.
You watch as Xechas kind of just raises his arm. You see a little pulse come from his jacket. And there's just this,
The little thing pops out and it sprays a mist.
kind of mists on it. And when the mist fades, the oar is back in one piece.
Dick.
All right. So I'm
Big
going
boy.
to need from Dusty dexterity and proficiency for your proficiency with sea vehicles and water vehicles. And then
I'm
I
gonna
guess
Dusty guidance.
sounds good.
Yay.
And then
Athletics.
athletics from both Vite Carl and Greg Johnson. Damn,
Gotcha.
25. Let's go.
29.
Oh my god. Y'all are so good.
You're insane.
So
Made for
despite Greg
Enjoy the
Johnson's seeming airheadedness, he locks into a rhythm with you, Vite Carl, very, very quickly. And you notice underneath the layer of flab, you see muscles beginning to flex and pull as he rows the boat and keeps up with you in terms of strength, if not more so. And very quickly, you guys begin weaving your way up this very slow-flowing river. Dusty with a fucking 29. Kind of just casually leaning with the elbow on the rudder and just kind of leans when he needs to steer ever so casually. Very confident, very cocky. Takes a minute to kind of just take in the scenery, not even looking half the time. And you manage
I
to
picture you
deftly,
steering with your tail.
at times, You deftly make your way up the river and around the point that you begin to see the cabin that you once stopped at, where Vikarl was unfortunately stricken with illness. You see the river has been cleared ahead. All the ice has been carved up and has yet to refreeze, and it is still flowing in what appears to be all the way to the lake. But you do see the familiar kind of small dock on the side here, so it's up to you which way you guys would like to go.
Do we want to hop off here and just travel by foot and then take the boat out later? I don't know how much our new friend is willing to traverse with us given the circumstance that we have yet to explain to him.
Is it?
I have no idea why I'm here.
That's true.
By this point, you would
Also know where I am.
You woke up from camp, you found Greg, so you're probably pushing like early afternoon, 1 or 2 o'clock-ish, give or take,
Oh, okay.
by this point.
Well, I mean, we got out here last time and it seemed to work all right, with the exception of, the surprise attack, but everything else went fine.
Right, sure.
Yeah, I mean, we can also finish our travel up, head to the lumber mill, go talk to the people in charge again, let them know we're about to head on our way.
I think, yeah, that
Yes.
works for me.
Sure.
All right, yeah, I'll pull us up right here. Just if y'all want to row, I'll guide us over.
Hup!
Yeah, no check
Go,
needed for that. You
go,
guys
go,
rolled
go.
rolled really well on your previous checks, so you managed to
Roll.
dock the boat fairly easily and just kind of rope it up to the dock and gather you're pretty safe to assume it won't be going anywhere. And you guys dismount, kind of unload your gear, and find yourself on a familiar road leading back towards the Laravos Lake Lumber Mill, and you kind of take a moment to take in the cabin. Vikarl, you have a couple flashbacks of the
I'm not even
scenario.
looking at it.
Actively avoiding it. And you guys make your way westward along the road until you come to the spot where you would have seen the checkpoint on your last journey, where the 2 guards were set up. And you notice that while the defenses are still there, they are not currently manned. You just make your way right past, eventually finding your way to the lumber mill itself. And
For someone
go ahead.
that wasn't here last time, can I get a small description of what the defenses look like?
It was basically just like a roadside barricade made up of a few boxes, crates, what appeared to be some tables that had been flipped up, just as a very makeshift checkpoint in case they needed to mount a defense along the road for any reason. Pretty haphazardly thrown together. Nothing stone or rock or anything like that. Just all wooden scraps that they could find. And you come up to the lumber mill, which I will pull the map up for now. And while the rest of you remember this, Greg, you do not. As you kind of take in the sights, you see what appears to be a large lumber operation down by a semi-frozen lake. It looks like it's frozen mostly around the kind of coastline there, but the center hasn't completely frozen over yet. And it looks like
Vikarl doesn't remember this either.
That's true. Vikarl was unconscious forever. You've never been here, That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I completely
Look how
spaced on that.
pretty.
Yeah, just kind of a
Hilarious.
picturesque lumber mill, but surrounding it by about 100 meters on either side is just trees that have been cut down. All that's left are stumps, so it's clear they've been kind of working their way outward as they've gone. But you do notice that a town has been built up around this. It is as much a lumber mill as it is a small settlement. You can gather that everyone there is people who work at the lumber mill, and they've kind of set up this settlement here. And then you do see a house, what appears to be a large estate, kind of at the top of the hill overlooking the lake and the rest of the lumber works. And that does have a somewhat formidable looking wall made out of logs harvested from the forest. And it's kind of just built up in a fairly steady pattern around it. What do you want to do?
Dusty's gonna look to the others. Before we head up to the estate, maybe to talk or look for lodgings. I imagine we'll want to take off in the morning, unless y'all want to take off now. Either way. But I do want to stop by the church. Let them know that we have a holy drunk man to possibly send this way. Help those people
of
out.
course.
You do recall that you recommended that he make his way down here when he is able.
So yeah, I'm gonna head to the church.
Sounds great.
Sounds good.
Welcome with.
I'm following you guys.
Let's get to it.
Greg Johnson kind of
apologies.
just following behind you like a little bit of a lost puppy
Yeah.
dog, but very enthusiastic.
Before we get into the church, Greg, was it?
That's me, Greg Johnson. Nice to meet you. He hands you a business card.
Babe.
It's just sand.
You didn't have to do that. Thank you for the 5 gift subbies. I love you. Thank you so much.
Let's go!
Yeah, Caleb!
Congrats to everyone who got a sub. Everyone, big shout outs to Kayla. Everyone go show some love to my magnificent
Hell yeah.
girlfriend. Hope you're having a good one. It's hot. I'm warm. GG indeed.
So-
Appreciate you.
Jeez. So, before we get into this church, there is a disease kind of in the area going around, infecting people. We have a solution for it, where a buddy of ours has been healing people. However, it is kind of a rough period for these people. Just don't get too close to anybody currently swaddled up in cloth or anything like that when we get into the church. As a matter of fact, it might be
Is
a
there
little
any,
better
like-
for you to just wait outside.
Is there any cloth or anything I could see nearby, like old tattered, wagon shit or something
Roll me a
off of some of
perception
this debris?
It's roll me a perception
Okay.
check. Nice and easy.
Let's see here. Sorry.
You're good.
Whoop.
You're tuning in from a hospital. You don't have to
8.
apologize for fucking anything, dude. An 8. You do find a couple things, and I assume you're gonna go cut some rags from it. Am I understanding?
I'm just gonna rip like enough to wrap around my face.
Okay. You all watch as Greg Johnson goes over to what appears to be like a family's drying line or whatever, like clothes. What's the word I'm looking? Clothesline. Thank you, Jesus.
Clothesline, yeah.
Clothesline.
Absolute brain fart there. Yeah, and he kind of walks over to what appears to be a very plain, kind of stained linen shirt and just whoosh, rips a strip off of it and ties it around his face.
But in typical like boomer fashion, it's under the nose.
Of course.
It's just covering the mouth.
God damn
There,
you.
now I'm protected.
Oh, I hate you so
Sure.
Well, maybe just pull it up a little over.
He sees what he
Your
wants and he
nose.
gets
Sure, it goes over my nose, but not over my mouth.
it. Yeah.
Sir, it has to be over your nose.
Better.
When you come in the grocery store, okay?
You know what? You do you.
Yeah. Ingenuity. No one can say anything against that.
I had to keep it nice and clean. I don't want to catch this flu or whatever.
No, you do not. It is not fun.
I lean into
last
Xechas.
time I got a cold, I ended up having to sit in bed with a cup of tea. He goes blank.
There he goes.
I lean into Xeos. If he goes into a coma, I am not carrying him anywhere.
That would be rather difficult, wouldn't it?
We'll be fine
Yeah,
as
so
long
it
as
says
I'm
with
not
the
the one to
horror on
get
his
it this
face.
time.
And I'm gonna
Good for
start
you.
heading into the church.
Okay. What's up, Vestia Welcome. As you kind of
Hey,
make your
baby.
way through the small town out of the forest, kind of coming in from the eastern side over there, you make your way to what used to be the large temple here, and find inside it is a lot emptier than you remember. You see kind of a lot of the beds that were full when you were here are now empty. Some of the workers seem to be missing. There's only 2 people currently here, tending to a small number of what appears to be sick individuals. Roll me a perception check, or insight, actually. All of you.
Pop, pop.
Hmm.
Pop, pop.
Unsurprisingly.
Mm-mm.
Oh, we all kind of suck, huh?
15.
A little bit.
Xechas,
I have such a good
Uh,
bonus.
kind of taking in the workers, the two, I don't want to say clerics necessarily, because you don't know if they're like practicing clerics or anything, but the two people working here seem to be ragged. Their clothes look fairly unwashed, and they kind of have the body language of someone who is completely and utterly exhausted. Like when they stand up to move, there's always an accompanying groan, and there's just bags under the eyes when they turn. It looks like they've been struggling quite a lot here. And you can surmise the likely reason that some of the beds are much more empty than you remember them being is likely because those individuals did not survive.
Goodness.
Oh.
I feel like this situation has deteriorated significantly.
It's definitely a lot more empty. I'm gonna look for the person I talked to last time, see if they're around.
You don't see them. No check needed. The two you do see, one appears to be a younger woman, probably just early 20s, if that, and then a somewhat middle-aged looking gentleman with just crow's feet on the either side of the eyes, a heavy set wrinkles already into his face, just this permanent furrow always to his brow.
I'm not seeing the person that was in charge, I think, last time, or that I spoke to, so I'm not really feeling like they're doing great.
You think there's anything we can do to help?
Well, let's see. I'm gonna just immediately push forward towards the group, towards the first person in a bed that I see. And I'm just gonna start setting up everything the exact same way my drunken priestly beauty did.
Mm-hmm.
Just, I even pull out just like the tiniest little hammer from one of my little kits there. Which one was that? Whoop.
You bashed one with a hammer?
It's not a mace hammer, but it's a tiny hammer. I'm like, I don't know if this is part of it, but... All right. Whatever power is with me, come on, let's try. And I want to cast Lesser Restoration on them. Whoop.
Okay. You kind of go over to the bed and you see, and in you saw Ryan's nips. Nice. You go over.
Let's go.
And it appears to be kind of an older gentleman. Definitely has the build of some of the lumber workers that would have traveled. Or I guess you didn't meet them because you were unconscious when they all got viciously murdered in the forest. But similar to Olga's build, just very muscular, very kind of large, taller people. Definitely looks like someone who works outside a lot based on the just condition of their skin. You see the familiar boils kind of all over their face and kind of spreading as they go. They're breathing very lightly, but appear to be in a very much comatose state, as you were described to be in some time ago. And as you reach your hands over, you feel the spell release, and men's eyes kind of begin to flutter open ever so slowly, and kind of unfocusedly, like they're trying to get a lock on you, but he's just not able to really focus. It looks like he's almost looking past you. You hear the breathing kind of improve, and then he closes his eyes and lays back, and you imagine falls into a fairly deep sleep, but you notice some of the boils beginning to recede, leaving only these kind of patches of blotchy skin that you gather will clear up over time. And you are under the impression that you have saved this individual. They appear to be improving. At that point, you all notice the two individuals who've been caring for these people both look over and see that happen, and are both kind of just standing there with a look of confusion and relief a little bit as they kind of begin to understand what's happening, and just kind of silently.
Apologies for the intrusion. We spoke to somebody last time, but it seems like your situation has gotten a little rough. Our friend was in the same spot. Points to Bite Carl. He had the same thing, but he got cured, and now he can using what our friend taught him, do the same for others.
The man kind of looks at you. He's just, well, you've come at a good time. Things have been, well, they've been getting worse. Can you help the rest of them?
I can. I've been leaning over the guy, and I kind of, absolutely, and I just stumble over and hit the floor, not all the way, but kind of like to a kneel. Don't worry. First time I've done that. Yep. Nope. Yep. Oh, I will be good.
He's coming down with it.
No,
No, it's just
you'll
a
see
bit of
it.
magic sickness.
You see them kind of
Greg goes the other direction.
recoil a little back.
There he goes. Don't worry, he won't go far. He'll forget why he's running very soon, I'm sure.
Just as soon as you say that, he turns back around. Guys?
Hey, buddy.
Oh, hey,
oh.
what's up? And I walks back over.
Dependable as the seas, that one. All right. Let's. I look around. How many more bodies and beds are there?
3.
There's 3. I go to the second one, and same thing. I got my little hammer out. Little tiny like sigils, very very wispy, like they almost kind of be glitching in and out whenever I put my hands out up here in a circle around. Very reminiscent of what you would have seen coming from before we'd all seen this. But it's barely there. It's flickering in and out, and just cast Lesser Resto on the second one.
Same thing. You this time see a kind of older looking woman, probably late 50s or so. Heavy set wrinkles on the face and kind of just scraggly gray hair. And same thing, you put your hands over her and you see the boils and the rash and everything begin to recede, and she kind of steadies her breathing. You gather your spell has taken effect yet again.
Oh!
I'm gonna like
All right.
steady him a little bit, make sure he's good.
Thank you.
Good. You're doing great. This is quite phenomenal.
Third one. Let's just do this. And the third one I'm gonna cast into. Whoop.
Same thing. Appears to be maybe a young teenage boy. You gather maybe 13 years old or so. Same thing, kind of patchy blue skin appearing around them. And cast your spell. Yet again, it takes effect.
And I kind of fall back into Xechas a little bit.
Oh, I got you.
Roll me a strength check.
Maybe.
Uh-oh.
We got a weather check.
Okay.
Exclamation point D100, please.
Hey!
Okay. You
Really
managed
on,
to brace yourselves enough to brace Vite Carl as he begins falling back.
So,
Mhm.
I was just gonna say, can I roll a perception check to see how much of that Greg saw?
Sure, go for it.
Okay, because if he saw that, he's gonna try to catch you.
Fuck.
Okay, so some things have happened. First, Greg, you see everything. You see every little detail of the spell being cast on each of these individuals. And as you're watching this magic unfold before your very eyes, you all begin to hear the sound of the wind outside beginning to rush through the cracks in the walls of this temple, whistling loudly as they do so. You look out the semi-open doors and see thick snowflakes blowing almost horizontally across the door. Rudiana rolled a 92 on her weather check. So
Greg is an autistic savant.
So as soon as you go to fall back, by the way, and how do you say her name? I'm so sorry.
Xechas.
Fight Carl. Oh, Xechas?
Xechas goes to catch him. Greg thinks that he's gonna fall. So Greg full tackles forward to catch both of you.
Easily
Just
done.
full running leap at you.
Roll me an athletics check,
Oh.
please. Okay. You
What
kind
is
of
my good one. The
you
fuck?
you
Wait,
break.
I want to use my.
You did get an advantage. Go ahead. You
have
guys
two
hear
of
the
them
panels,
saved up.
the walls beginning to shake. Greg, as you're running, the doors slam behind you after being caught in the wind, and you're distracted for just a moment.
What? Oh, shit.
And you look up and you kind of trip going the way into them and just fall straight first into one of the beds. Luckily, one of the empty ones, but breaking it entirely as you do so. And you all see Greg Johnson just splayed out on the ground. You don't take any damage. The bed does. And you all see just him in the remnants of this event, Xechas, where
I'm
you're just
holding one of the bed legs.
You're just holding Vicarl up easily without difficulty.
I don't even see
I
any of
got
that.
you.
I got you.
There is one person left, still sick, as Greg kind of picks himself up and just dusts himself off a little bit.
I kind of pat Xechas on the shoulder, very like I missed the shoulder almost all 3 times. I'll be fine. I go over
Yes,
to
I
the
know,
third
that
body,
was-
Fourth body. You've done 3 already.
4th body, and I put my hands out. Nothing happens. I don't know what is up there. I don't know what's down there. I don't know what's in me. What's up there? Do something. Do something. Do something. Do something. Do something. Do something. And my hands
Michael.
just start dripping water as I use create or destroy water. I don't have any more second slots left. And just start dripping. Tears start coming from my eyes too. And just please something.
Don't worry,
Uh,
I've got this.
Oh no.
I saw exactly what he did. I want to mimic perfectly what he did.
Oh no.
I back up, sit on one of the empty beds, and just.
I got
It's all right,
this.
Vicarl.
I
Just gonna
lower
follow
my
the
mask
it's limited, I
under
know.
my nose again.
Back over your mouth.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Get back over my mouth, under my nose.
Of course, as you do. As is the boomer way.
Do I need to roll something, or can I do it the exact same way he did it?
Roll me an intelligence check to copy exactly what you saw.
Okay.
Actually, no. Roll me. I was gonna say a buffoonery check, but fucking not. I hate to say this. You copy the movements exactly. You pull sand out of your pockets to put in place where you saw Vicarl putting things in place. You muster all of your energy and power, and nothing happens because you can't do magic.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Nat 20 to see what he did, and then Nat 20 to do what he did.
Vicarl, you're kind of impressed with the skill and accuracy at which Greg is able to mimic your movements, but there is no effect on what appears to be a fairly older
Well, I
gentleman.
tried.
All right. Well, I feel like we have the thing that he gave you, right, Xechas? But this
Yes,
seems
got
like
a
something
story
we
in
could
case.
wait on the night for, right? I mean, the weather's getting pretty shitty out there.
Yeah, at this point, the wind is whistling loudly through every gap in the boards and planks on the side of this building that it can find. Looking outside as the doors are still blowing, you see the two, for lack of a better word, clerics make their way over and are trying to hold the doors closed. They don't appear to have a functioning latch on them at this point. They are able to do so, but they have to go over and physically close them as hard as they can before it stays.
Guys, my...
They might have all been used
Oh
up.
no. My footprints are gonna be gone. How will I find my way back?
You were on a boat for about 8 hours today. I don't think that's much of a problem.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. There were footprints on there.
Don't worry. We wrote it down, and I'm so tired.
Yes, no, you did.
Go to
great.
sleep,
Perhaps
and he
we
pets
can,
your head. Just a little.
Oh, that feels so good.
You did great. Perhaps you can help this last lad tomorrow.
I sure hope so.
You two got anywhere we can hunker down for this shit? Because this doesn't seem like the best of spots.
Maybe the estate? I don't know. They don't invite us up there. As he's kind of like holding the door shut.
Well, how do y'all normally deal with this?
We just stay in the church and pray.
Oh.
That tracks.
Yes,
that
that's true.
tracks.
How would you handle it? We have a roof. We have 4 walls. About as good as anyone can hope for in this kind of weather. To start a fire.
Reinforce things.
We have some scrap wood now, and he points to the bed that Greg destroyed. You can start a fire.
I can fix
Brett,
that if you'd like.
he is still holding one of the bed legs, by the way.
I would like that
Like just
back.
a chunk of
I
wood.
would like that back, please. Put
You
it
should
back.
probably give them the bed leg back.
No, he's eating. Okay, he needs it more than we do. You have
Seems
that,
so.
young man. It's so kind of you all to take care of this man.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Is there any way we can reinforce this door real quick, Xehas? We're probably gonna be stuck here for the night.
Is there just a plank of wood anywhere sitting around?
Yeah, the busted ass pieces of the bed.
Right.
So
Okay,
much.
I'll ask them. Perhaps can I use a piece of the broken bed to reinforce the door for you?
Sure, why not?
Okay, I can take one of the side running boards.
You gather
and-
this man is exhausted beyond reasonable levels at this point, and he's not going to stop you guys at this point. He's just going to try to keep warm.
So I'll grab 2 of them. Grab
See
2
him
of the
go over
boards
and
and
grab some of the sheets off the bed and everything. Kind of just bundle up, so does she. And they continue kind of tending to the one man who's left there.
pull some nails out of my bag of holding.
Sure. Nailed the
And
door
my hammer.
closed. Okay, easily
Yeah.
done. We'll say just
2. One's not enough.
One's not enough. We'll say just a woodworkers, because that would include carpentry
Sure.
tools like a hammer, I would imagine. At least I'm assuming
yes,
it is. You have right
and-
tool for the job as well. I'm not too worried about it.
Yeah, I mean, I have my smith's tools with me. I have my woodcarver's tools that I made out of magic.
There you go. Your magic woodcarver's tools.
To just add 2 to this.
So hot.
Oh.
7. Hold on. $10. I think that's good enough.
Just barely.
Is it
It
knowledge
takes
from
you a
a
while.
past
Your
life?
first couple swings, you guys
I've
hear
got
the
it
sound
too.
of a metallic clink as the hammer kind of bounces off his metal thumb on his left hand. But you do manage to get the you do manage to get the boards affixed to the door fairly well, as good as you can
Mending
imagine.
the dent out of my thumb when I'm done.
Hey, he crushed his thumb. Can somebody help him?
No, it's all right.
I am asking the
it's-
clerics. No, he crushed it. Look, you can
he'll,
see.
he'll be fine.
Fix-
He's holding up his metal hand
But
in
he-
front of your face. It's made out of metal.
You got a real shiny thumb. Okay, I'm trying to get it fixed. Calm down.
It's quite all right. I've got it handled. Thank you, though.
Shiny Thumb, new nickname in the books.
Not shiny thumb. I love that.
Well,
Yeah.
it looks like we're all buttoned down.
Oh, sure, yeah. Stay the night. Sounds good.
Oh, fantastic. He immediately just
I mean,
plonks down
Not the raid.
in place.
Oh, okay.
I mean, we're sorry to impose, but I don't think we really are able to leave. It's horrible out there.
No, it's pretty bad. He kind of looks up at the roof. Just hope it holds up for the night.
I mean, is there Are there any particular weak points you can point out? I can repair them.
All of it.
Oh.
It's a 50-year-old, poorly maintained building in the middle of a very wet area. It's mostly rotten at this point, but as long as it doesn't get too bad, it shouldn't fall on us. The wind should keep most of the snow from piling up, so that's a plus.
True.
Yeah.
I'll
It's like
work on
40
a
feet up
fire.
in the air too. It's quite high.
I'll start getting the other pieces of the bed frame together.
Make a little fire in the middle of the temple. Easily done. At this point, you guys don't need to roll checks for fire. Between the lot of you, you have more than enough capability to set things aflame. And you build a small fire in the middle of the kind of area here in the middle of the temple. That kind of gives off enough warmth for you all to be comfortable, but you do feel just the ambient temperature around you as night is beginning to arrive, just getting colder and colder. Even the fire at this point is only doing the bare minimum to keep you warm. You can, at this point, figure the temple is not particularly well insulated either. It is old, it is run down, and has not seen some good maintenance in quite some time. Is there anything you guys want to do for the night?
I have another blanket I'm going to take out and give to Greg. Yeah, this should help protect
Aw.
more against the cold.
I am still pretty wet.
Yeah. Greg is still wearing...
I don't think I ever dried off.
no,
Yeah.
but you did travel for a good while
True, fair.
in the freezing cold of the winter.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, I was thinking it probably didn't dry out too much,
Yep.
but yeah, thank you.
No.
Thank you. I take the blanket.
Okay, you all bundle up for the night.
When you're wrapped in it, you have advantage on saving throws against extreme cold.
Ooh, Puggy.
Yeah, bust my blankie out.
Okay. Is anybody taking watch, or are you guys just resting for the evening?
Greg doesn't know to take watch. Somebody has to tell him.
I can take watch
That's your
for
turn.
most of the night.
I'll stay up for the first part, and then I'll just wake you up.
Sure.
Let the other two sleep since Vicarl stayed up last time.
I'm already
Yes,
conked out
yes,
over just.
good idea.
Okay. Roll me a perception check, Dusty.
Greg also conked out.
Valid.
Attaboy.
You don't see much of anything. You kind of sit by the fire, keeping yourself warm as best you can. Kind of observing. You occasionally check in on the man laying sick in the corner and the two clerics who are taking care of him, and they all seem to mind their own business wherever they end up for the night. You see the other two kind of sleeping on beds on either side of them so they can wake up if anything happens in the night. But the rest of your evening passes without incident.
I go
Just
up to
blows.
Zeus.
Mhm.
All right, it's time. I'm heading to
He-
bed.
His eyes are just open, and he just turns as soon as you start walking towards him. Oh, it's been 4 hours already. Wow.
Yeah, it has. That's still so odd. Every single time.
Just for
Okay.
4 hours.
Tejas, roll me a perception check.
All right, I'm going to make it Gaelic this time because I'm so bad at this.
Not great.
No, I've rolled one's on guidance.
Okay. As you kind of sit and kind of listen into the evening air to see if you can pick up anything beyond the storm, the next 4 hours it is just the sound of wind whistling through the gaps in the planks and blowing around outside. You occasionally go over to one of the small windows in the front of the temple and look out, and same thing, you just see snow blowing across, creating snowdrifts against the buildings on either side of the street. And then at one point, you swear you hear the sound of a single musket shot go off in the night.
Interesting.
You can't shoot a snowstorm. Trust me, I've tried.
What an odd coincidence.
That's just a dream I was having. Sorry.
I'll take a note of the time and just take out the whisper jar and say, sounded like a musket shot off in the distance at.
2 hours before sun, around 2 hours before sunup. Sounds good. But other than that, you don't hear anything else. That's it. And the rest of your watch passes without incident.
Very good. Yeah, I mean, I'll just start waking everybody up once
Sounds good.
the sun starts coming up.
You all wake up to Xechas kind of just nudging you awake ever so slightly, and find yourself now the fire having still burned through the night with whatever scrap wood you can put on it. It is now just more or less a pile of smoking coals. But you all awaken from a full night's rest and find yourselves on the same church floor on which you lay. You notice the two priests are already up and seemingly looking over the man.
All right. How's the weather seeming as we get up?
You go up to the windows, you look outside, and it is still snowing quite heavily, but the wind has mostly ceased. There's just a steady snowfall. A steady snowfall just kind of falling and coating the streets. It looks like there's already about maybe a foot of snow on the ground, and it is showing no time of stopping anytime soon. Stuart.
Oh my god, look at him.
What a sweet boy. Yeah, it is still very, very cold and snowy outside. It is getting into the dead of winter, and you can feel it.
I would say, like, rolling out of bed immediately, Vicarl would just, like, grumble and sort of find his way over to the last body before even, like, getting the sleep out of his eyes. And he's just like... Lesser restoration.
Okay. You go over, and as you cast the spell, it doesn't take effect.
Oh no.
And it just seemed like the blinking in and out sigils happen, isn't that? And I just... Huh? Wait. What? Well, that can't be a thing. I go and I try it again.
Wait, fight Carl.
Nothing happens.
I don't think he made it.
And you notice there's like a blue tint to the skin, but it's as much that of someone who froze to death in their sleep as it is someone who was laying in a coma. It seems like the sickness and the cold was just too much for this individual, and he seemingly passed sometime in the night. And then you notice the two priests coming over and bringing what looks like a change of vestments and some cloth to wrap up the individual in. He didn't make it.
Well, that's just great, isn't it? Isn't that just hilarious? 1 more hour, maybe 3? Who knows? If I had just been a little better, a little faster, a little gooder, just a little bit faster. Isn't that funny? Ha ha! He's dead! Ha ha! I'm gonna go outside. I just walk outside.
I lean over to Xechas. I don't think it's that funny.
Don't worry about it.
It just doesn't seem
I'll,
right. A man has died.
I'll go talk to him. I'm gonna start walking out after him.
Okay, you kind of go out, put your hood on, bundle up against the cold, and you find Vicarl. Vicarl, what does he find you doing?
I'm sitting in the snow. Just like crisscross applesauce.
It's it wasn't your fault, Vicarl. These are just things that happen.
I know.
You can't put it all on yourself. You did what you could with what power we have. We made the choice to put off using our scroll.
True.
We can't control the weather.
You're right. And Vicarl from 3 months ago would have actually been laughing at this. He would have thought it was all very funny. He wouldn't have even known how to fix them in the first place. I gotta remember we saved some, and it's just the feeling of just missing the mark seems to be the theme for me lately. And I'm not sure if it's me being hard on myself. It was maybe that other magic druid barbarian type thing. I don't know. It's all been a lot, but I know. And I need to get my emotions under control too, otherwise I'll go Hulk out on all of y'all again, and I can't have that happen.
It's okay to feel what you feel. There's nothing wrong with emotions, and you don't have to control how you're feeling at all points in time. You can have your feelings. It's just a matter of making sure you have a way to navigate. And we're here for you anytime you need. We'll help you navigate whatever you need to. You've seen me on a boat. You know I can do it. Well, it's a little different, but I'll figure it out.
It's very similar, choppy waters and all that. Ha ha.
And as far as missing the mark goes, sometimes it happens. You can't hit every shot you take, but at least you took it. And we still have one very big mark to hit. One that could potentially stop all this in its track. And that's what we need to focus on.
That's right. Thank you for reminding me how great I am. I get up and I just go and I hug him. Sometimes I forget, seriously. I'm fucking fantastic.
You feel yourself just absorbed into a giant hug.
Quite the person. This is actually a lot warmer. I'm not gonna lie, it's a lot warmer right here.
You're staying right here as I start walking back into the building. Just like, right here, buddy, right here. I open the door. Sorry about that. That's right.
You both
Sorry about that momentary lapse in emotional regulation. I'm all good now.
As you go back into the church, you see the two clerics just dragging the body wrapped in cloth across the floor. They open a hatch into what appears to be a cold storage basement and just drop the body in.
No!
Closing the door behind it.
I tighten my grip on Dusty, and I'd stop talking.
He
Dusty,
just pats the side of him as he's
crushing the life out of you.
I'm just gonna say to the two cleric nurses, I'm sorry that this has happened. You probably would like to know that we are here to hopefully take care of this at the source.
Well, hopefully sooner rather than later. We almost got half the town down there already.
And it seems to be slowly spreading. There was a ship in Fort Mistmere that got basically taken completely out by it. It's not good.
Well, it's not like we haven't been warning the company for months, right?
There's one of our friends. There's a peeking through the coat.
I was wondering.
One of our friends. He's a drunkard, but he's a holy man. We advised him to head out this way when he was done taking care of what needed to be taken care of in Mistmere. He should be able to handle any other pop-ups of this while we try to take care of what's causing it.
Well, hopefully he's here sooner rather than later. We, starting to run low on people.
As for our fella that you complimented us on taking care of last night, we don't know where he's from. I'm gonna get closer to them so I can have this conversation a little quieter. we don't really know where he's from. We kind of just found him on the river. He doesn't really seem to remember anything.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah,
See him kind of like floating in next to us.
I missed the part where that's my problem. We got a lot on
Hello.
our plate already. Oh, hi. Yeah,
I was wondering if we
got
could,
enough
like-
problems. No, we're in no condition to take in strays right now.
The thing is, we didn't really want to bring him to such a dangerous, location, since all the drowned creatures are probably going to be where we're headed.
I mean, he's a spare pair of hands, and it looks like all of his brains are in his muscles. He might do better than... You saw what he did to the bed.
Yeah, that feels kind of wrong to just drag him into that.
You can't prove that was me.
Yeah, he's all yours. Good luck.
Ah.
Ah.
Okay, Greg, listen.
Oh
You
my
seem like a
God.
rather strong fellow, Greg. You seem quite adept at breaking things. So, there are some creatures that we are having trouble with, causing this outbreak. All these dead people. They're because of these creatures. We're gonna need your assistance. We're gonna go find them. We need you to break them.
Okay.
He's gonna look to the other two. That was fucking easy. That was so much easier than I thought. What the hell?
Breaking things can be fun, I guess.
I've always enjoyed it.
I'm pretty good at breaking things.
And then,
I was told it's my curse.
oh no! All right, well, I'll deal with that. He looks to Bite Girl specifically, but looks to him. He's like, "Choppy waters." Yeah, we'll deal with that when the time comes. You help us with this, we'll help you figure out where you were, and try to
Yes.
help you get back.
I want to know.
You gonna help me get home?
I will try my damnedest.
Home? I get like way too close to your face.
Oh,
I'll try. Yeah.
Oh, they're about
Yep.
to kiss. Okay. It's fine. It's a very inclusive temple.
I'm fucking dying.
Well, he kind of looks around at the three people who are now healed and kind of beginning to wake up themselves. We got some, I guess, healthy people to get back on their feet, so thank you, I guess, for everything. We couldn't have done it without you. It would have been a lot worse. If you happen to come back this way, there might be more people in need of help. Feel free to stop in anytime. Maybe leave the bed crusher outside next time.
Hey,
Yes,
it's
I think
cold
we
out
would have
there.
If it were not for the cold, yes.
He's a big boy. He can handle it.
I'm
He's wearing
Covered in
shorts
fur,
a
and I
short
can
sleeve
tell
shirt,
you.
by the way.
His t-shirt and cargo shorts and fucking
Yeah,
sneakers.
he's just a human dude, guys.
Just a fucking guy.
He's just a guy.
goosebumps
Okay.
covered all over.
I don't know
Jesus
about
Greg
that.
Johnson.
Do you want like?
All right, well,
He's got a
do
moderate
you-
amount of body hair.
Do you want a coat or something? We got some extra. I guess you
Sure.
could say.
Sure.
Alright, you're a pretty big guy. I think we got someone. The stable
They got
hand.
Oh,
like,
The
they happen to
stable
have, like, a
hand looks
cloak
about
or
your
some sort.
size, and he goes and grabs what looks
Mhm.
like a fairly simple coat made of leather with fur on the inside, and a fairly large collar on it. Fit him, should fit you.
No.
As it's handed to
Greg
you,
wraps
you
it around
notice.
his waist.
Oh. As it's handed to you, notice the smell of what I can only describe as rotting seawater, like a combination of the two. Vicarl, you smell it as well, and it brings a very... Actually, you all smell it, and it's familiar to all
Nope,
of you.
no, I
and
don't.
That's true, you don't.
I don't smell shit.
Because you did. But this was...
And a brief.
You can all surmise, except for maybe Greg, that this was definitely a jacket that was worn by one of the people whose body now sits in the basement.
We should clean that up when we can.
Probably a good idea, yes.
Couldn't hurt. The smell is pungent.
Come here.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
You got a plague jacket. Congratulations. You can add a
I'm
winter
gonna-
jacket to your inventory if you want.
I'm gonna-
will.
Head to the estate now, I think.
Okay.
Sure, yeah.
You guys make your way outside, kind of opening the doors yet again and finding the snow up to almost your knees at this point in the road here. You can see a few tracks kind of making their way through it, but it looks like most people are still inside for the day. You see smoke coming from a number of chimneys in the town, and you leave the temple. Yes, Xechas.
Just as we're leaving, this might help, and I have another small hammer in my bag of holding, just in case you get another storm. Keep these bullets in this hammer.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, no, that'll come in handy. Hi, Chowder. What's up, buddy?
It's very good.
Sure.
Thanks again.
As we're
As
walking, we're going towards the estate, right?
Kitty. Yes.
Yeah,
at
that's
the
right.
top of the hill there with the big fence.
Okay.
Everyone say hi to Chowder.
As we're walking,
Shut up.
hello, Chowder. As we're walking, I point back behind us. I say, "Guys, I found my footsteps. I think I can get home."
We'll
Pointing directly behind us.
we'll
They
work
go
like that.
straight back to the door.
Yep.
Unless your home is
But-
that temple right there, I don't think that will work.
I'll trust you, Mr. Brain Man.
That's a good call. He is a very, very smart brain man.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Thank you, I guess.
So,
I think I'm learning how to talk Greg.
you guys leave the temple and begin making your way up the main road towards this large walled-in estate. And as you guys walk, your feet crunching deep into the snow, and the snowflakes are all falling, collecting on your large fur coats. You guys make your way up the hill, and that is where we will take our break for today, because we're about an hour and a half in, and it is hot as balls in here. I'm gonna go get some water, and probably grab another energy drink, and I'm just gonna stand in front of a fan for 5 fucking minutes. So, y'all, we'll be back in about 10, in usual break length if you gotta step away. There you go. Go pee, grab a coffee, grab a drink, whatever you gotta do to stay cool, stay warm. I don't even know. Well, who knows? Whatever you're doing. We'll be back in 10. Don't go nowhere. See you soon. Welcome back, everybody. We have returned. It's good times. Middle of a snowstorm. Events have ensued. Greg is an idiot. It's great times. Thank you all for joining us. I hope you're happy to be here. I know I am. So, we left off. You guys are heading up to the estate, the lodge at the top of the hill here in the Laravos Lake Lumber Company town. How you doing, Soph? Welcome in, buddy. Hope you're having a good one. So you guys make your way up, and you find something right off the bat that strikes you as odd. Is there are no active soldiers from the company present that you can see where they once stood guard on the gates. You do see actually roll me a perception check real quick. You do see a man guarding the gate, standing there with a rifle, or what appears to be a musket. Dusty, you're able to, probably should have given it to you advantage, but it doesn't matter. You see what appears to be a lumber worker holding a rifle or a musket that definitely belonged to a company infantryman. Just one of them, kind of standing with the rifle butt in the snow. Nods as you walk past. Doesn't even bother trying to stop you.
Well, that's a little odd.
Definitely a lot less people here in on many ways. Do you think the rot got the soldiers as well?
Well, if you recall, when we originally hand-delivered the deal, as it were, there was something about, it seems we have neglected our duties to defend the place, or something that snaky bastard said. Something tells me they were either pooled or they died of disease. Either way, these people are probably better for it.
Right. Sure. Less company, less problems.
Except that there's a lot less of them as well.
Yeah.
You guys continue
We've got to fix this.
up the path, kind of up the front stairs, and knock on the large wooden door. After a moment, you hear the shuffling of footprints inside, and someone hauls the big, heavy wooden door open. And you see before you, looking as ragged as anyone you've seen in the town so far, what's his name? Garros Brind, the owner of the company you spoke to before. He too has bags under his eyes. His wrinkles are more pronounced than normal. He's got a very furrowed look to his brow. He kind of opens the door with a bit of an aggressive stance. He says, "What do you want?" Oh.
The owner of, like, the lumber mill, or the
Yes,
owner of, like,
the lumber mill.
Oh,
No,
okay.
the company is not here. This is the guy who you made the deal with and sent the word that he would cooperate. I didn't think you were actually coming back.
Well, we're, unlike the other individuals that no longer seem present here, we are men of our word.
Well, that's a surprise in these parts. Well, come in. Get out of the cold. We don't
Sure.
have-
Thank you.
We
Thank
don't
you.
have much left, but at least we have a warm hearth. Come on. You guys make your way inside. He closes the door behind you. You notice the entryway is dim. There are no candles lit. There's just no one anywhere that you can see. It doesn't appear like the house has been maintained in a few days, probably since not long after you left. He kind of ushers you to what appears to be a study. Same thing, the only light in this room coming from a small hearth, a small fire that has been lit, just enough to provide some warmth to the room. Grab a seat. He kind of pulls up a spot, pushes it a little closer to the fire, and sits down eagerly.
Sit down gentle now, Greg.
The furniture is expensive and sturdy, and it holds your weight.
Well, at least it didn't break.
Fantastic.
Music. Anyway, so you all grab a seat, and he kind of staring at the ground. He looks like a man defeated, for lack of a better term. I really didn't think you were coming. Shame you couldn't get here faster.
It took so long.
It wasn't that long, to be honest with you. It was just the day after you left. A lot happened. Well, I'm sure you noticed the company men aren't here anymore.
Yeah, I was under the assumption that they probably just left their post or something worse.
Their commander did, and he didn't make it either, but credit where it's due, his men stood their ground until the last. And they came in the night, the same creatures we asked for your help with. Well, as usual, they had their patrols around the lake because it's where the attacks usually come from. Not this time. Came from the forest on either side, like they'd walked across the entire damn lake. They were in the town before we knew it, and, well, can only do so much when the enemy's in front of and behind you at the same time. We managed to retreat back to the house, to the estate here, and made whatever defense we could, but most of the damage was done. Everyone's gone. Just a few of us now. But we're alive. Most of us. Thank you for the hydrate. Well, not most of us, but enough that we can rebuild, but this problem needs to be dealt with. We can't survive another attack.
Well, that's what we came back for, is to take care of it. Albeit we do have some extra company now.
I see that. I don't suppose... Oh. Hello? Does he always get that close?
Kinda.
Yes.
Okay, okay.
Sometimes
Fair enough.
closer.
That's weird. I don't suppose Olga or any of the other people made it back with you?
Well, Olga is, I don't think she's coming back. She wants to stay at our estate. She seems very comfortable there, given the fact that everybody else died on the trip there.
Everybody?
Everybody.
Unfortunately, except for us.
Mhm.
But even then, it wasn't without injury. He's gonna fucking kind of pull his shirt down and show like some of the scarring.
Well, I'm glad you made it.
Ooh.
It wasn't these creatures
Do you
by
need
any
s-
means.
Ditches?
I'm quite all right now, thanks, Greg. Appreciate it.
Okay.
But yeah, it wasn't the creatures from the water. It wasn't even other shit. God damn.
Focus.
It was the mist. The mist kind of washed over us on the way there.
Yeah, that happens. That's why we keep out of the deep forest. It's too hard to get back.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you
Uh,
came. I'm glad you made it home. Or back, not home, I guess. But you know
We're
what I mean.
unfortunately a little late to the party, but we are here to take care of what we promised. I will say the forest, other than the mist and these creatures, there's something of fey nature kind of consuming and spreading through the forest as well.
Well.
Yet another issue that we will more than likely have to attend to.
Yeah, one problem at a time, I think. And it's the deep forest. There's all kinds of strange manner of creature, both natural and unnatural. It's no stranger to us. We'll
My
deal with it when
concern
the
is
time
with-
comes.
My concern is with the dead. This creature seemed to reanimate those killed. Almost plant-like in nature.
He did what now?
It,
That's right. Real spooky.
Although- all the
why
ones
is this
that
the
died
first I'm
with
hearing
us-
of this?
came back. We had to
That's
kill him
horrifying.
again.
Well, I haven't heard anything about that, but like I said, we try not to venture too deep into the forest. We just cut down the trees close to our village and float them down the river.
Hopefully you won't need to hear anything about it either.
Hopefully not.
Hopefully. When you said they walked across the land like they came through the waters, did it seem coordinated?
Were they wet?
Very. And very. They attacked from both sides at almost the same time. And then when our forces turned to engage them on either side, they came out of the lake as well.
Oh, so you saw them come out of the lake.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that was hyperbole.
many times. No, they literally out of the lake.
Exaggeration. He wouldn't know hyperbole.
Greg knows big words.
No.
Sorry.
I have one rather large concern about how we're going to do this. How are we going to spend any time under the water?
Yeah, I don't know. I can tell you something that was strange. They didn't kill everybody. Those who survived Those who unfortunately survived were taken, dragged into the water, like, I don't know. Dragged away.
Weird.
Have you seen any, other than them coming out of the lake or dragging people into the lake, have you seen anything out of the ordinary in the woods around the lake?
I mean, there's always rumors of large beasts, pixies, fairies, you know, the usual kind of superstition that towns like this have. Nothing out of the ordinary recently. There's entire areas of the lakes we've never even been to. I mean, like I said, we keep close. Bad things happen when you wander too deep into the forest. There's lots of things out there, lots of secrets to be found, and I don't want my people to find them.
I'm just wondering if there's like a cave system or something where this started.
Well, we didn't see them come out of the lake until after the attack started, so I'm assuming they found, well, either somewhere else to come out, or maybe there's an entrance on land somewhere. I don't know.
If
There are
if
caves
possible.
in the woods. It is possible. There's lots. The mountains are right there, too. Who knows? It's all
If-
connected by little rivers. They flow all the way from Goldmoor to here.
you did mention something about Goldmoor, huh? As he looks
Interesting.
towards Greg.
Huh?
Written in the stars.
Suppose we'll have to
What-
get
what?
searching around.
Yes, I think that's a good place to start.
Can you, if possible, mark the locations that are less explored around these parts?
I'll do you one better. He stands up, gestures for you to come with him. Leads you to the front door and just opens it, where you can see just barely across the lake in the snowfall. All of that. We tried once. We decided to send a team across the water to bring back some lumber from the other side, just so we could have two operations going at once, but not cutting too close together. Not one of them came back. And that was years ago, long before any of this crazy shit started happening. They just disappeared. We never saw them again.
Well,
There's the mountains right there, the fangs of Voros. We don't venture into the mountains. We're not mountain folk. It's a little cold for us up there. Chilly enough down here, especially in the winter.
well, it sounds like we got our work cut out for us.
Greg gives him his coat.
Oh, I have plenty of clothing.
You're chilly.
It's-
No, I got you. He wraps him.
That
He
smells
just
awful. Oh my.
That's really sweet.
He gets a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah.
Which he
Ah!
fails. He grabs what looks like a nearby vase and immediately throws up into it. I see you've been by the church or the temple then. Oh,
yeah, the guy gave it to me, and I'm giving it to you because
No,
you said
it's-
you're cold.
I only if I leave the house and I have.
You're welcome.
Okay, he takes it and like folds it up, puts it down on a chair nearby. I'll think of something for it to go with. Yeah, thank you. Is he okay?
I'm removing
Very
the plague
kind.
jacket from my inventory.
Yeah.
Back to your t-shirt. Okay, fair enough. I love it.
At the earliest convenience, when Greg is not looking, I'm going to shove it into my bag of holding.
Roll my sleight of hand check.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. You
Not
watch
even
as
close.
Xechas kind of goes over and pretends to warm himself by the fire, and as he does, just stealthily walks past. You slide it right into your bag of holding, and none of you notice the jacket's been taken.
All right.
If you need to, we have boats. We can provide you to cross the lake. Only the sides are frozen right now. It hasn't frozen all the way across, so you could do that.
Sure.
You can walk
We got
along the
one.
coast. There's ice all around. It's thick enough to walk on if you stay close to the shore.
We
If you
got
need
a
to
boat
rest.
parked back by the rest.
You might be
It's
able
over by
to
the
get
rest.
it through. We were busy breaking up the ice. Oh, that was the night they attacked. Come to think of it, we haven't seen those people since either.
Oh, jeez.
Well, yes, that does seem like a good place to start, is across the lake.
Let me know if there's anything you need, if you need a place to rest, anything at all.
Will do. Probably try to make it back here before nightfall too often. Although it is a little stormy, so
There are
we gotta hunker down somewhere. We'll be all right.
There's some spare rations in the larder. You can help yourself. He kind of pick up a look of sadness for a second there. Do you remember last time you came to this house, there was a family living here with him? Be safe.
Well, thank you. Thank
Stay
you for
warm.
your assistance, and we really will do our best to deal with this.
I can only hope so. But, well, at this point, there aren't many of us left anyway.
How many rations?
You can grab
we
it,
take?
say 2 each.
Hey.
It depends. Like
Say
you
House
could
doesn't take
clean
any.
him out if you wanted to. He doesn't seem to care all that much. He doesn't even follow you guys as you go make your way there. He just stays in his chair, kind of staring
just
into the
don't-
fire.
I just don't have anything, so I'm just grabbing 2.
I was like, you can take starter gear, and you're like, I'm good, bruh.
So much funnier.
I'm
All
set.
he's got is that gold nugget.
You have 1 gold
It's
nugget
just
worth
gold.
about 5 gold coins.
All right. Well, we should get a move on for the day.
Let's
Agree,
do her.
yes.
Did you guys want to walk the coast first, or actually just
That
sail
feels-
across?
At the moment, walking along the coast feels safer, knowing what potentially is underneath the waves.
Sure.
And how he looks at the
Whales.
roof. How bad it is out there.
Yes.
Also true.
Okay. We're taking the shoreline. That's good. You can keep in cover of the trees if you need to, or step right on the ice. So you guys prepare yourselves for a journey. Greg Johnson. Greg Johnson, you step outside and back into the cold and feel it immediately beginning to seep into your bones. It's going to be a rough day of travel for you without that coat. But
I'm sure it will be.
the party
I look
begins
at him
to...
as the cold hits and he tenses, and I just like chuckle internally a little bit.
You guys make your way.
You see him steel himself in the way that like old people do who don't want to admit they're weak about something. Nice day out today, huh?
Very wonderful, yes.
It's one of the days of all time.
Very
I'd say.
obvious goosebumps all up and down his
the
arms.
lips beginning to turn purple already. Fair enough.
It is a nice day.
You make your way southwest, kind of following along the road until it gets to the water's edge, and then you walk around the western side of the lake, kind of between where the forest is and the little bit of ice that is formed along the coastline here. About 30-40 meters out or so, you see what appears to be just open water. It looks like really only the coastline has frozen, but your journey takes you around the lake. It's about a 2.5-hour walk, and since Greg Johnson is the only person not wearing winter clothes, after
I'm
2
gonna
hours
say-
instead of 4, I need you to roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Along our walk,
Aye, aye.
as soon as he starts shivering, I'm going to take out the stinky jacket and just kind of put it around his shoulders without saying anything.
Okay.
That's a 20.
So you do not take a point of
So it imagine
exhaustion,
takes, like,
but you
5
are
minutes.
frigidly cold to your bones, and then you feel and smell a familiar jacket being thrown over your shoulders, and you feel a little warmth back on you.
Greg looks down. Oh, it's a boomerang, and he just whips it off in the direction. Not in the water, just like off into the snow a little
There
bit.
it goes.
The coat?
We'll come back.
No, that was a jacket, not a boomerang.
It just lands in a pile
But
of
it came
little
back.
tuft of snow. About
You
20
might
feet
I
need to
out.
don't
keep you
get
warm.
it. I walk over there and go get it.
Easily done.
Sometimes the magic doesn't work.
Yes.
You throw the jacket on. So what are you guys doing while on this walk? Are you looking for anything in particular? What's the plan here?
I'm surveying like the tree line for like caves or like out of place geography.
Okay, roll
If
me a
that makes sense.
Yeah, roll me a perception check with advantage because you're in a forest, technically.
Can I give him guidance on this?
You can, yes.
I do.
Greg.
In lore.
In the lore.
So Greg doesn't.
Oh,
Greg doesn't really know what he's looking for, but I want to say that it would probably he's looking for a place that these would have come out of. But in his head, he's just looking for holes.
no. Okay. Roll me a buffoonery check. And Vicarl, what are you doing to aid this process long as Xechas spends a moment to
Actually,
cast
you know what? I'm going to
guidance?
use my other advantage on
Okay.
buffoonery.
Yeah, no, still shit. Still shit.
No, still terrible.
You all begin
If-
searching out as best you can. Dusty, you're kind of between, like, right at the edge of the forest, kind of looking into the woods as best you can, and keeping an eye on the horizon at the same time. And then at one point, you just see Greg just beeline across your vision, just wandering aimlessly into the forest in, like, a random zigzag pattern, trying to find whatever he can. It looks like he walks about 30 feet and then looks down, goes, turns, it goes another 30 feet the other way, and just continues this like lightning bolt grid pattern through the forest while this is going on.
I'll find it one of these
Just
days.
providing guidance as you can. Vicarl, what were you doing again? Sorry.
I'm mostly just watching this middle-aged stepdad bolt around like a vole on meth.
Fair enough. Dusty, however, as you're looking at about the 4-hour mark, and at this point I need all of you to roll con saves against the cold. With advantage because I believe you're all wearing winter clothes.
Thank
my
fuck.
God.
Except Greg. No, you
Oh,
got the jacket
Did I not
back.
put
I'm
my
kidding.
coat back
You
on?
did, you
Yeah,
did.
okay.
We got a weather check. D100, please, Frog Toys. Thank you. Exclamation point.
Please help us,
D100.
Frog Toys.
I don't know if that was
Please.
enough.
A 14's just barely enough. But you feel the cold once again beginning to settle in. You kind of hold up a little bit.
42.
And as you're walking, the snow begins to fall a little lighter. It is still, actively snowing at this time, but the wind is very light, if at all, and the snowflakes just kind of aimlessly float down in between the trees as you walk and make your way through the crunching snow and pebbles beneath your feet. And it's at this point, Dusty, while you're kind of keeping an eye on the horizon, you just on the very range of your vision, like just barely a speck moving through the forest, you see what appears to be some kind of movement. It appears somewhat purposeless. It's not in a set direction. It doesn't appear like someone's walking. It's kind of someone just listing to side and wandering through the trees. Then you see another couple. Looks like 2 or 3 altogether. It's a little too hard to make out from here. You definitely see some figures moving.
We got movement up here. And he's gonna kind of point in the direction of them.
You all just barely see it too.
If there's
Everyone, be careful. And Greg gets down on all fours.
Oh, he's locked in.
all right, yeah, I was gonna say we need to be cautious. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Mhm.
If
Is
they
that-
seem organized in some way, do you think we could follow anything? If that is them, we still got to get closer. But if this is those creatures, do you think we could follow their movement back?
If we're quiet enough, yes. I would hope so.
Sure.
It's a good idea.
And we should at least try to move up and see what the hell it is first, I suppose.
Okay.
It's all right.
I need stealth checks from everybody.
Full
This is
solid snake
exciting.
wise. He is just like sprawling on the ground.
Love it.
Army crawl.
God,
It's
my
a gr-
rolls
it's
are
a
not in
group check.
today.
Okay, it's a
You
group
have a
check.
+6.
You have a +6 and
That's
you've rolled shit.
crazy.
What's the
As
worst
I
thing?
said, I've gotten 2 rolls over a 10 today.
It depends on the season. Currently, they're in the middle of winter, so it's basically like a hurricane level event, but with a lot of snow. I don't know what the word for that would be. Just like a very deadly winter storm with gale force.
blizzard.
A blizzard.
Blizzard.
yes. But like worse than a blizzard. You can manage a blizzard. But yes,
Sure.
basically.
A mega
that.
blizzard.
Yeah, like borderline, terrible weather. In the summer, depending on where they are, it could be like an absolute dry spell where the heat is just absolutely oppressive. It used to be a sandstorm when we were playing a desert-based campaign.
It's a her-rizzard.
I remember them.
Stuff like that.
It's a blizzardy.
Yeah, I remember the sandstorms. Those are always fun.
There were some fun ones.
So, all together, collectively, you all begin stealthing and making your way through. Actually, I should probably roll some checks for
A
that.
blizaster.
With disadvantage, they got a 7.
Ooh.
Okay, so not good enough. They don't pick up on any of you, and the group collectively passes the check as you begin. The jump scare doesn't work because we have no sound on right now. Ha! That scared me, though.
Got him!
There you go. It was worth the 25 bits, I hope. As you guys kind of stealth tree to tree, making your way up, you eventually see ahead of you, as you get closer and closer to the figures, it appears like they're kind of haphazardly walking in what appears to be a pattern around the lake. As you get a little closer, but you do see individuals who appear ragged clothing, blue boil covered skin, kind of aimlessly dragging themselves through the woods. And you recognize immediately the very people you engaged in combat with when Vaikaro got infected. This does appear to be a semi-organized patrol of what appears to be 2 drowned.
Should we keep following them?
I think it's worth a shot. We don't really have any other leads.
It's all right.
Although the
Are they
weather's
moving
clearing up, so we could go across the lake soonish.
Are they moving away from or towards the lumbertown?
Away from. They're following the same path you guys
Okay.
are taking. And as you look out over the lake by this point, you're almost around the other side of it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're following.
Yes, I think we should keep following.
Okay.
Let's do it.
So, this is going to be a skill challenge for the group. What are you guys doing to try to help the party avoid detection beyond just stealth rolls? Because now you are actively following 2 seemingly vigilant individuals, as vigilant as they can be, through the forest.
I am practically completely in the knee-high snow.
Just crawling through on all hands and knees.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. I'm going to say...
Full solid snake.
Roll me a Constitution saving throw as you are basically in front treading a path through the snow and it is just covering your face and chest and you're in a fucking t-shirt, but you rolled a goddamn 18, so it
18.
doesn't matter anyway. You grit your teeth through the cold and you start crawling a path through the snow, but like below the snow line so your group can walk
I've,
in
like-
it, but you're just...
I whisper behind me to say, I still can't say your name. I'm so sorry.
Zehas.
Zehos.
Zehaz. You know, I used to have to crawl both ways uphill through snow. And then I just keep going.
God.
I turn to the other two. What does that even mean?
I
He's
don't
a
even know.
strong old man. That's what it means.
See
So that's 1 success out of 4.
I would be
Yeah,
I would be kind of guiding our path, kind of letting him know which direction he should crawl in. Things like that, like we need to get behind this cluster
I
of
had
trees,
no
that
idea.
kind of shit.
Okay, roll me a
To where,
survival
like-
check with advantage because you're in a forest. As you try to guide the party through the best routes to avoid detection, looking for like dips in the snow where there might have been little creek beds that you can sneak through and around without being detected, and are very capable of doing so. Yeah, y'all both are cooking on it. So with your guidance, Greg Johnson is just crawling elbows over elbows through the snow, one bit at a time, kind of almost snaking this trail through the forest and undergrowth at this point. And you managed to get a pretty, up to this point, they have not noticed you. What are the other two of you doing? That's fucking hilarious.
I would probably be using druid craft, so every now and again I'm just kind of rubbing my hands together, and as I do, the snow around us starts to fall just a little bit thicker,
Okay, roll
just
me.
ever so slightly thicker.
You know what? I'll allow that. Roll me a nature check.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-ba. Come on. L-well-M.
Not your best work. You see, kind of rubs his hand, then pops him up to try to help with the snowfall, and all that's really happening is just little poofs of snow just kind of emanating from his hands, like little poof, poof, every 6 seconds or so, but it's not actively helping the situation, so that is 1 failure. Xechas.
I don't know. I've been thinking this whole time. I just like.
You have an army crawling through the snow, a cat man guiding him, and then someone uselessly producing confetti. You watch all of this unfold. What are you doing to help?
In my head, it's less snow and more hail.
Ow. Ow.
Just like back when I had to go to school.
Amazing.
I'm gonna actually, since no one else is doing this, I'm gonna just I'm gonna see if I can look ahead of them to see if there's any other patrols that are like coming our way or
Ooh.
taking a different path to make sure that we are indeed.
Roll me a perception
like,
check.
It's just them, yeah.
Easily done.
Can I give myself guidance on it?
Sure.
Okay. I'm gonna need it, and my knowledge from a past life. Hey boy.
Ooh. You have a 6. You need to max it. There you go. Okay,
I got a 10.
You got the bare fucking
bare ass minimum.
Yep. So, the first thing you notice is you guys, I'll say you're kind of coming in on this left side where I'm pinging on the map. If you guys can see it, stream cannot see it, but that's as far left as I can go for that. So anywhere in that cluster of trees that I'm pinging now that you guys would be in. I
don't see it. Can you ping again? I'm sorry.
1 second.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Where all the boys are. You don't have a mini.
Sorry, I was on the
either,
bottom.
do you?
You don't.
I will give you a mini 1 second. Okay. Here to be 2 coming from that direction as well. Perfect. So, what you see, I'm putting red dots on them just so they're easier to see on the stream. Perfect. As you guys crawl your way into position with the Vitekarl confettiing your approach, there you go. You got an inspirational quote from Frog's Toys as well, if you want to add that to your roll. Up to you. You can save it for later if you want as well. Before I
yeah, I
tell you
think
guys what happens.
Sorry, that is for me, right?
Yep. Xechasmeno.
yeah, no.
Xechasmeno.
No, I'll stick with the 10.
Okay. So, as you guys sneak and make your way up to this little rise that definitely used to be a creek bed, there's like a patch of ice underneath the snow that is quite cold on your belly as you make your way through, Greg. And as you all look over this rise, you see the two you were following.
You mean as opposed to the rest of it?
Followed by another two coming
could you
in
just say it right there for me?
from the east.
No, just on that little.
no.
Yeah, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Yeah, I have a little too.
You're good. Having a visit from the doctor.
I'm so sorry. I thought I muted. I'm so
good,
sorry.
You're good. Doesn't matter.
They were bringing my dinner.
Oh, food dinner. You see the four individuals kind of making their way, and it looks like they're meeting in the middle, and then they kind of just stand about 20 feet apart from each other, or that distance apart from each other. They're getting to about there, and they kind of just aimlessly keel back and forth as they stand. You do manage to approach as far as you are without being detected. In the meantime, I need to get a mini for... No on call tonight. What were you gonna use for House Club? Barbarian. I forgot to make you a mini. I'm gonna have to do that. I was so excited about all the overlay stuff.
Barbarian.
Yeah.
Lightly armored
Tiny,
heroes.
tiny human man.
Alright, here you go.
He's just a little guy.
He's a little guy, and then
I'm just a
go
guy.
to character in players' journals. Hell's Corp.
I'm not your guy, friend.
Can be edited and controlled by Hell's
That's your
Corp.
friend, buddy.
Why?
Selected token.
Why?
Save
Oh,
changes. There. Now in the little book, you should have a little barbarian man.
Yep. Strudo Fropi.
I don't know why it named you Strudo Fropi, but you know, we'll take it.
Strudel over pie.
There are two of me now.
Oh, you know, we'll get rid of that one. That's as far as you guys get.
Well, that's the one that I
is-
could control.
Yeah.
I can't control the other one.
Oh, never mind. Drag it back. My bad. That is what you guys see.
Okay,
They appear
thank
to kind of be gathering around two kind of almost, not quite pyre-like rocks. They do appear natural and not man-made, but they're two very large boulders on either side. But that's all you notice.
Do they look out? Do those boulders look out of place for the area?
Nope, they're frozen into the snow, same as everything else. They're just a lot bigger than the other surrounding boulders and rocks you see in the area. Some kind of geological formation. Who are you giving disadvantage to, Frog Toys? Ooh, sneaky. We're sneaky.
The DM? The DM? The DM? The DM?
Is it DM? Is it DM? Is it DM? Oh, fuck. Okay.
Doom! Doom! Doom!
Oh, it wouldn't really have mattered either way.
Nope. Wouldn't have mattered, but good to know. They don't seem to notice you, either patrol, as they approach up to the space. Thank you, Avarian. Beautiful soul.
I think we take a second here and we just wait. See if they start turning back. If they do, then we can either let them pass or we can take them out. Either way, I think if this is where they're meeting for patrols, or kind of where the patrols clash, maybe we search around this spot.
Yes, and
We're hydrating.
But
perhaps if no more come, then we can take out these two patrols together. It would be good to start thinning their numbers while we can.
I mean,
Indeed.
if they're coming this way, we could roll. Or we could wait and ambush them. I say
if they
as
head
I do
back.
a somersault behind the bag, behind that rock we're in front of. Like just a little flip in the snow. I'm already on my belly.
Amazing.
Push yourself up against the rock.
Yes, that seems like a good idea.
Yeah, let's just take some cover for now.
Okay. You all grab some cover, hiding as best you can while you can still keep an eye on the thing. They don't appear to be
I'm gonna-
Behind
communicating.
this tree.
in any way. But as they kind of stand there, you're scooting up the tree or behind the tree?
Behind the tree.
Okay.
I was gonna go behind this tree and then climb my way into the tree.
You do have an
Be more
innate
hidden.
climb speed and everything now, so go ahead and do that. No checks needed. I will say, give me a stealth check, though, as you are making your way up.
Got it.
Me as well.
Don't fuck me now.
You're not climbing the tree, you're just grabbing cover, so I'm going to use your previous stealth checks. But he's actively moving up and into their range, potentially. They do not seem to notice you at all. None of you notice. There's not even a bit of snow that shakes off the tree as Dusty makes his way up extremely deftly. While they don't appear to be communicating verbally, at one point both groups just at the same moment turn their backs to each other and begin patrolling around the opposite way that they came. So these two kind of turn and begin walking this way. Those two kind of turn and begin walking back towards the east.
They're splitting up. We should go
Can
now.
I? Well, once everybody is like in cover, could I like take a little chunk off of one of these rocks? I assume that, like, you know, there's ice and stuff. I could
Oh, for
break
sure.
a little piece off.
Yeah, easily.
You're
very strong.
And just chuck it at that tree that's in front of us, like right there.
Okay, roll me a ranged attack.
Okay. How?
Just dexterity and proficiency. So whatever your dex is, and then add your proficiency to it.
Okay, I'll just roll my dex and then I'll add +2.
22.
22.
Easily done. You quickly just lob the chunk of ice over. It smashes against the tree, and you see both of these two kind of look towards it and begin kind of taking that in. They both kind of shift and begin slowly approaching that way. I'm going to roll the other group and see if they hear it, and I have advantage from a Varian. Nice.
It's this tree, by the way.
These two begin walking, and both of them also appear to hear the sound echoing through the empty winter forest, and they both turn and begin making their way back towards you guys. It appears like both groups are now slowly wandering towards your group. Anything you
Good
guys wanna do?
idea.
They're just actively moving about 15 feet per turn, just slowly advancing on the tree.
Cool. I kind of like whisper shout, "Hold until they get here."
You would, if you even know where Dusty went, I'll leave that up to you.
Mm-mm.
If you
No idea.
know where I went, Dusty's just readying his musket.
No idea. Literally less than no idea.
Got it. But yeah, I'm just ready
I rolled a 3.
for a shot up
Yeah.
there.
You put the musket and take your aim, prepare your weapon, and they continue to wander, eventually getting... That group gets there a little first, and then they get about to there, and both of them kind of... And then they reach into their hip and draw what appears to be a very rusted cutlass. Just a very rusty sword. You've all grown familiar with these in the times you've fought them before. And they just kind of like haphazardly let it drag along the ground as they approach the last 10 feet, and they come around the tree and notice nothing. They both kind of look up at each
Could
other.
I take another chunk, like another couple of chunks off, or have had in all those turns that they were slowly sauntering over?
Mhm.
Taking a couple of chunks off,
Sure.
and then just kind of like signal to go, and then just chuck one at them.
Sure. Go ahead and roll me another ranged attack as you call the beginning of combat. We'll treat this as a surprise round. What are y'all doing?
I'm
Watch
gonna
his-
lightning launcher.
That is a
one of
nat
the front
20.
ones.
Oh!
Okay.
Amazing.
Grab a ball of ice. We're gonna say that will be a D6, but since we
Okay.
do exploding crits, that is straight up 6. So 6 plus whatever you roll now. So roll me a D6. and add your dex bonus to it.
So that is 12 damage.
Okay, so total 12. Perfect. You step out, hurl a block of ice, and you watch as it breaks over the side of one of their heads. It does survive it, but you notice just a chunk kind of break off with the ice. You can now see bits of exposed skull, which you have cracked, and it just very immediately looks towards where the chunk of ice was thrown from and locks eyes immediately on you. Something you all notice as that happens, all the other drowned immediately lock their gaze on Greg. Like they all knew exactly where he was at the same moment. Who else is up? We got lightning launcher from Xechas, so go ahead and roll. Which one are you attacking?
That guy.
Easily done. Kind of hard to shoot between the trees, but you do have a straight line shot on him this time, so you're all good.
16.
16. Yeah, 16 will hit. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Void. So he takes this plus an extra d6.
So 12. So we got 12 on one.
No, I have to roll the d6.
Oh, okay.
8 total points of
Okay.
lightning damage.
Perfect. So as the ice breaks across one of their heads, Xechas, you pop out from behind the tree, firing your lightning launcher at the other one. You see the bolt course over its body, and it kind of just straightens back up as this little bit of smoke is trailing off where you hit it, and now it kind of shifts its attention towards you, and it seems like they're kind of splitting their attention between the two targets at this point. Dusty, here's Vite Carl. Who's next?
It didn't do any extra damage, did it? Because they're wet.
No, not at this point. In fact, they appear quite frozen. Like all of the moisture on their bodies at this point has kind of frozen
Makes
over.
sense.
When they move, it kind of cracks and creaks as they go.
Sure.
I'm
Carl's Oh, no, you go.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, baby. I just, I see that ice block hit. I jump forward. As I'm jumping, I just melt away and I'd like to kind of bound forward a little bit as a giant hyena. Whoop!
Love that. Absolutely love that. Okay, so you run forward as a hyena. Is that where you stop? Just out of range?
Yeah, baby.
Perfect. You all watch. I guess for the first time, Greg, you see as Vite Carl just almost in a monstrous kind of way transforms into this this coyote. Was it? Yes. Hyena, thank you. And then just appear on all fours after shedding his own skin and making his way towards these kind of rotting, seemingly now frozen over creatures. And last but not least, Dusty.
Is that what he does? Does he do that? Is that normal?
Yes, all the time. It's very good at it.
From the tree, seeing the one that got hit with the stone or hit with the ice and lightning, I'm gonna take aim at the opposite one.
Or the one
The
far
one
in the
next
back
to it?
over here.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Go ahead.
And I'm gonna it would be.
Do you have sharpshooter?
I do not.
Okay, he is partially covered by that tree from where you are.
But I thought they were shooting these ones.
Oh no, the ball hit that one and the lightning hit that one, if I remember correctly.
Oh, okay. Then I'll just target one of the close ones.
Okay, we'll say the one who hasn't been hit yet, down in the bottom.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll your attack.
So I'll go for him, and similar to, even if I miss the shot, they would see the purple flash regardless, because I'm going to
Okay.
use her thing.
Go ahead.
As I say, Violet, strike.
That's gonna hit. You all watch, or more accurately hear, and then watch as a loud crack just, and then a plume of smoke comes out the side of one of the trees. Jesus. And you watch as the drowned in the back that is kind of approaching, all of the ice that has formed over its body cracks as a musket ball rips into its back, and then you see this kind of accompanying poof, purple flash of energy kind of expand out and blow the entire chest cavity of the drowned out in one piece, and it just collapses to the ground in a pile. And as you all kind of ready yourself for what comes next, Dusty, from your position, your vantage point up here, you notice as 3 hands, all in different places, burst through the snow in between those 2 rocks, and you see as 3 more drowned begin to crawl their way out through what appears to be a snow-covered hole in the ground. And that is where we will end the session for today.
Oh, baby, god damn it.
It's really hot. I need to cool off. Hole.
He found it.
Holes. You gotta go dig those holes.
There you go. So we will pick up this combat
Sigourney.
next week. I just wanted to get a quick little surprise round in there. We're already 2.5 hours. If we go any longer, we'll make it far past our usual endpoint. And I am not gonna lie, I'm absolutely roasting alive right now. I need a fucking break.
I feel ya.
I'm gonna have a cold shower, dude.
Same.
Everybody, I want to say a deep, heartfelt thank you from all of us here, and I want to open the floor up again. Let's start with Hell's Corp again, joining us from the hospital, ladies and gentlemen, to play some D&D. You can count on seeing him next week. Why don't you tell the people a little about yourself while I find someone for us to raid out on?
I got no kidneys.
Shout out having no kidneys.
Only adult knees.
Hilarious. Amazing.
That's all you gotta know about me. I got no kidneys and I love pissing.
Love that. so very much. All right, moving on from Hell's Corp. Brian, what do you got going on?
You can get your very own I Love Pissing hat at hellscorp.square.site.
Don't forget to visit hellscorp.square.site, everybody, for reals. Next up, Brian, what do you got going on? You want to tell the people about?
Hellscorp.square.site. I've got a gay week coming up here tomorrow. We're starting with, what is it called? Command and Conquer Red Alerts. That's Red Day for tomorrow, y'all. We're also going to be doing reading challenges because I want to get y'all red to filth. Red, bitch. I can't wait. So exciting. Catch me tomorrow at, I think it's going to be 10 p.m. AST. Mwah.
I love that. Okay. Perfect. Next up, JTB, what do you got to say to the good people here in the chat?
Check out the music channel in both the Purple House and the Apothecary. One day I'll stop being a perfectionist and just upload the shit.
Do it. Do it now. Ow.
Otherwise, just be good people. Go to hellscorp.square.site because Hells is a fucking champ for showing up for us here. So,
yes. Yeah. Please go show
I missed him so much.
And last but not least, Chris and Stuart, what do you got to say to the good people?
Meow, meow, meow. Bring out meow.
Yes. Spoken in the language of the cats, of course. So that'll be it for tonight, everybody. We're going to raid out to Aves. I don't know how much longer she's going to be going, but I trust she'll leave you in good hands either way. If you haven't and you want to, check out the Discord and swing by the YouTube and subscribe to the channel so you can see when our videos are uploaded in case you miss any of our D&D sessions. Last but not least, if you want to, check out our merch shop. We got some cool shit. I got hats like this one. I got stickers. I got cups. Go check it out. Show us some love. Last but not least, if you got the raid commands, go ahead and drop those in Aves chat. Let her know that we sent you on over and say hi from all of us here at the Apothecary. In the meantime, the world is crazy. Be fucking good to each other. Love each other. Hug each other. Tell each other that you love each other. And, just stop the general public from being pieces of shit. We will see you next week, hopefully, unless someone blows the fucking world up. We love you guys. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Hey everybody, I'm Rusty Tonics. Thank you again for coming by the stream or checking this video out on YouTube. It means a lot to us over here at the Apothecary, and it's always a pleasure to share our D&D games with all of you. If you're interested in catching them live, you can see us every Monday at 6 o'clock Eastern on Twitch, or every Friday after the stream comes out on YouTube on demand. Feel free to check it out, drop a follow, drop the subscription or whatever you want to hit that subscribe button so you can be notified whenever our videos are coming out. And yeah, I hope you all have a good day. Keep being good to each other, and I'll see you next time.